How are you doing, Marcus? Thanks for being here, MC Skeptic. I appreciate it. I haven't seen your name around here in a while. I think you've been on my live stream before a time or two, or I've seen you on somebody else's live. Anyway, thanks for being here, Marcus. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Okay, so I was up super late last night, story of my life, but I'm learning how to use AI. So I was up to like 1:45 in the morning. So let's see what's going on. So I haven't even looked at the market yet. It could be down. It could be down 3%. I mean, I just rolled out of bed. I made a huge breakthrough in my spreadsheets last night, though. I mean, a monster breakthrough. All right, and the market's stable this morning, of course. The NASDAQ's up 20 cents. S&P's up 25, quarter point, in other words. Bitcoin's down a little bit, but it's still relatively high. Looks like they set a new high. Kind of looks like a rejection of the new high so far. I mean, it's not the greatest sign to see. You'd like to see it stay over the old high. Other things being equal, you'd like to see that it stay above 109.33 and not just go above there for a time, for 1 or 2 days and then fake out back below it. But anyway, it's whatever. All right, at least the freaking 10-year isn't blowing up again. It's down. It's 4.39, so we're in good shape on the 10-year. All right, let's see what else is going on. Let's see what else is going on. Let's look at the index buffer report and that kind of stuff, and we'll look at some earnings trades. We look at whatever you guys want to. Just put it in the comments. Okay, index buffer report. Boy, this is going to get a lot better soon now that I know how to do it. I learned how to do last night. But anyway, that's fine. So let's look at it. Look at that old WDTE. It's one of the best ones of the SPY group. It's good to see. 5E and FIRS also looking good. Everything looks pretty good. T-SPY, XDTE. It's a good-looking day. Good-looking day. And look at SFAL. Man, SFAL. KQQQ. I never talk about that one that much. SEPI. Let's weave into the KQQQ line really quick. Weave into that lane, I should say. Because I'll forget about it. Let's just look at it real quick. When that fund came out, I had the manager on my show. I think I was the first one to have that. That's when my station was really hot, though, and all the managers wanted to be on my station. But I think that fund rolled out on this station, or maybe not, but I think so. I like the idea, but I thought it was supposed to be like a Mag 7 or a kind of like a FEPI, but for some reason I just kind of lost interest in it, and here's the reason. 5.93%. I mean, actually, that's really good. If you look at the history of Wall Street, that kind of yield out of an investment is fine, but for nowadays, it's it's whatever. I mean, because if you look, the performance hasn't been that good. It's down 6% year to date. I think I'm doing better than that year to date. And this is so. Let's see, but they're too heavy in tech, of course. So you'd expect them to do better because they probably couldn't switch to gold and to inverse like I could. They have to be in these big tech stocks. Well, anyway, how big is it? It's only a $20 million fund. That's the other thing. These curve funds are kind of small. Anyway, all right, weaving back out of the KQQQ line. All right, nothing wrong with the fund, obviously. I mean, it just depends on your needs. There's nothing really wrong with any of these. If there's something really bad on here, something that has massive erosion, well, erosion's not even really that way. So, but anyway, I wouldn't even put it on here for something that I didn't want to follow, or I didn't at least think had a tactic. I don't have any riser right now, but I wouldn't mind getting some riser. So everything on here might not be hot right now, or TLTW might not be hot right now. It's hot today, but it hasn't been hot lately, but it's still something worth watching. Anyway, all right. So let's see what else. Let's look at the YOMAX buffer. I haven't checked that out in a while. Anything going on in there? YBIT outperforming on the downside, as is OARC. It's early, so On the upside, we have JPMO. Boy, JPMO has been a great performer. It's kind of weird, though. I wonder why JPMO hasn't hit my max factor. Anyway, maybe I should look at that sometime. All right. Well, because you would expect, because the JPO's in feed and 5E, all I was trying to do with the max factor is do a feed and 5E. Or do a Dorsey ride, I should say, but kind of on a quicker time frame. On a more reactive time frame. So anyway, that's it. Maybe JPMO is getting ready to drop off a feet. It's just feet slower. I don't know. All right. So what else do we have to look at? Let's check how old Alti's doing this morning. I think I did some new stuff on the model portfolio. I got all kinds of new stuff. But anyway, we'll stick with this. Okay, so here's ULTY. Looks like Baba, Reddit, are some of the ones doing good. Oklow's doing bad. This is from last week, so there's possible the stock may have changed. I'm sorry if it did, but generally we can see how they're doing. Here's LFGY. Generally, the LFGY is flat today. Market's flat, so that's good. But they have Tesla helping them out, Riot Blockchain helping them out. But on the bad side, you have BitDoor, Bit whatever it is, Mara, CrowdStrike, CrowdSource, BitDoor. I'm a big picture guy. I mean, you guys know what I'm talking about, hopefully. All right, and so here we have GPTY. Kind of my favorite recently, or it's not really my favorite, it's just that it's a little bit safer than ULTY and LFGY. But those are good to have in your portfolio too. That's my long portfolio. That's where I get long delta GPTY, ULTY in the model portfolio, and LFGY, and that's why we look at them every morning. I don't have any chippy, but I'm not opposed to it. I was going to make some rebalancing, but I think everything looks fine. So for this month, I'm going to leave the model portfolio as is. I have a little bit of cash in that I'm going to take a starter position in the that fund that pays daily, and I don't want the daily pay. I'll just daily drip it. But I'm going to try that. I'm going to try the lightning spread out, and we'll be talking to Jay about that a lot tomorrow when he's on the station. It's tomorrow at 1:30 my time. 2:30 Eastern, 1:30 Central. Anyway, Chippy's kind of the best of the bunch this morning. Look at ON Semiconductors up 5%. I mean, this is great, right? That is great. So, all right. So what else should we look at? We can look at anything you guys want to, but I also fixed my model portfolio. So yeah, Marcus, what are you talking about? You found a hot one for me. What? Oh, it's Wild from VistaShares. Okay, so VistaShares is a great company, and I've shot a video on QUSA, but I didn't like it. And then it was last week. I lost electricity, and I keep meaning to redo it. And then this week I have Jay's interview, and I just want to focus on that. But anyway, yeah, VistaShares, I like it. QUSA, heck of a fund. So WYLD. I hadn't heard of that yet. Let's just look at it real quick, and while we're talking about it, but obviously I'll look into it at some point in the future. But let's just check it out, Marcus. Wild. Okay, so Wilder Clean Energy. Okay, well, of course, just too new to really know anything about it. Okay, I'll look into it. Thanks for the tip. Thank you for the tip. All right, let me show you guys what I did on this model portfolio. I'm just taking the numbers every night from Tasty Trade. Maybe it's here. And I had AI help me a little bit. There it is, model port. Okay. Max's model. I mean, I did so much stuff on AI yesterday. I forgot. Oh, this is actually where I was. I don't know. Raw data, daily change of positions. I was up too late last night. This is it. I mean, this is one thing. Well, this is one way to look at it. So that's all right. This is a better way to look at it. Here is what the SPY's up, 14 cents right now. And here's what each component of my portfolio is up or down. So today, the hedging is helping out. GDXY is up. It was down yesterday. It's up the most today. TLTW, I was mentioning, I'm not thrilled about that thing. I could get TLTI also. There's other ones I could get that have exposure to that area of the economy. Heck, I could get Riser for that matter. Maybe I should get Riser. Maybe I should get Riser. I like Riser a lot. And then YQQQ is making some money, but then my bullish ones are losing, because the market's down a little bit and ULTY's cost. But anyway, so that's working a lot better. And I thought it did some other stuff with that. Okay, well, check this out. So I'm really proud of this. I mean, this may not seem like much to you guys, but I have programmed the spreadsheet, how to every day go get the YieldMax spreadsheet, download it without me doing anything. Every day at 6 o'clock, it downloads the trades. It takes the trades and then it splits them. And what I'm looking for is I'm looking for the short premium. It takes the trades and it takes the short sells and then it takes those. So these are call spreads. So what it does is you have a short option that usually sell for quite a bit of money. Then you have a long option a little bit further out of the money. Well, this takes the short option and then how much money you made on that, brought in on that, let's say, and then subtracts how much money you spent on the long option. So over here we have net premium. So we know what OARC brought in yesterday on trading. Now it was 1:45 in the morning and I just had to get some sleep. But the next step, and I forget where I was at. I know where I was at. Now all we need to do is pull the AUM of OARC, and we'll know the premium capture every day. And then now that I know AI I can have this all automated, and hopefully I'll be in a lot better mood. I won't be so fussy about it. But anyway, let's just look. So NVIDIA sold 1.9 million yesterday. I mean, I know this is just one day, but I'm going to start having AI do this every day and then make a chart, and we can chart the daily progress, and it's going to be I'm really excited about it. And it's going to hopefully take a lot of work off my back. But the only other number we need in here is the current AUM. So last night I was building a database of just the AUM, and we can reference that. But anyway, okay. But that's right. That's where I left off. But let's see who else sold a lot of premium. And look, this even has ULTY in it. So, and I know the people on my station love ULTY. We can still look at the ULTY trades here and stuff. And look at this. My AI had to be smart enough to filter out. These are stock trades. These don't have a date. But the other thing, the AI has to make sure it's not the synthetic. Lots of times they sell a short put on the synthetic, but that might be the synthetic's usually a month, 2, 3 months, 4 months, 6 months out, where they're selling in this week or sometimes next week time frame. So I had to teach the algorithm how to go over here to the option symbol and filter the date out of it. See that 250606? That means that's when it expires. And so it doesn't show any options that expire further out than 20 days, because that's the only way I could think of. And that's not perfect. There's 1 or 2 cases in here that I had to go hand adjust. But anyway, this is like coming from, this is like walking to school, and then, which we have been doing, basically be like walking, basically the way I have been doing spreadsheets is totally manual, just totally manual, just the way I learned to do them, just like a bookkeeper would, but just manually building yourself. Well, This is like it's just like everyone says, it's the greatest thing ever. It's like having an assistant. Or I've always been looking for a data processor guy. Anyway, so now we have him. So, but I have all kinds of cool ideas. This is just kind of the basic, but basically what we want to know every day, how much premium did the fund, short premium did the fund bring in? What are they, how much premium do they sell? Cause that's what he pays the dividend with. Anyway, real excited about that. Now, I know it's not much to look at, but yeah, here's what it gets: the raw data. This is what it gets every night, and then it can download it, and then it can do this to it. So, that's just the beginning. I'm going to have it eventually. It's going to output a chart that I can have it emailed to me at 8:30 in the morning, and we can just pull it up and start looking at it. So you guys will never have to hear, hopefully, me bitching about the spreadsheets again. I'll probably be bitching about the AI in the future, that I can't figure out how to get the AI to do something to the spreadsheet. But hopefully I won't be griping about the spreadsheet anymore. Anyway, but yeah, I'm beyond thrilled about that. You guys have no idea. All right, well, we'll look at options trades, and if there's anything you want to look at. Leon, thank you for being here. Lunar, thank you for being here. Lunar's a casual max watcher. There isn't many of them. All right, well, let's try to see if we can. Let's look at some option stuff here. I haven't even looked at any of these today. I was just excited about that spreadsheet stuff. Thanks for seeing through that. Okay, so now let's look. Let's look here. What happened at Dollar Tree? Don't tell me Dollar Tree missed. I didn't do it, so they can't all be winners. Dollar General was a nice winner. All right. It looks like Dollar Tree's a miss. Now, but we have two on CrowdStrike. I told you not to do both. We really just have one. But, two bearish ones. Oh, shoot. Did the bullish one miss? Where's CrowdStrike? Dividend count. Not for real live. Bullish earnings trade. Yeah, unfortunately. But now this is one that's within tolerance. I mean, it's losing right now. But here's your profit and loss graph. Basically, you have it, like I always say, a synthetic stock type position. But as time goes by, this one you should end up with the credit there, barring a drop of more than 1.3%. Well, so that's why these are both bearish ideas. I was just showing two bearish ideas, and so let's look at what they were. Not a great trade either. I was anyway. I was going for the expected move on the downside. And it overshot it, and that's in the constellation area. But the math of that, $140 credit, it just doesn't give you much hedging. But it is a bearish shot at earnings, I guess. I haven't found a great way to play bearish earnings because of the market trend and stuff. And it just, all right, I just don't really play bearish earnings. Anyway, okay. Well, let's do something sorry that one didn't work out. Let's see what's going on. We're coming up on the end of earnings season, or we're here. I mean, when we get to Lululemon and we get to, when JP Morgan hits is when it starts over again. It seems like just the other day is JP Morgan and Chase and stuff, but probably coming up again soon, maybe July. I don't know. Anyway, we have Chewy. I was looking at what's coming up next week. Chewy might be a decent one. Oracle and Adobe. I don't know about Adobe, but Oracle. So that's next week. Well, let's see for today. Hope no one did that Dollar Tree, or if you did, I'm sorry. Darn it. Dollar Tree, yeah, before the open. Maybe the price will recover. The market drifts up. If we have a really, the market's been ripping lately, and the bad report for the stock, but we have a couple more days, and if the stock trips up the next couple of days, it'll mitigate the loss. That's the idea. The buffer. That's the idea. MongoDB. This one has liquid options sometimes, so let's look at that. It can. Let's see what it does. Okay, so it's 197. IV is 200. So yeah, all right, a little bit on the expensive side, but let's see if there's something in there. make up for that Dollar Tree trade. Scoot these puts as far out of the money as we can. Remember, I used to call this the loaded dice because I'm trying to express or get the concept across about the amount of the buffer. That's a 10% buffer right there. Now, granted, it's the reason is because it's a 216 IV. So there, you aren't getting something for nothing. Obviously, I mean, they don't give you something for nothing, unfortunately. But this one, I like the math of it already. The liquidity and stuff. I mean, see how if we probably have to put this call pretty far out. But then again, it's also a higher vol. It's all relative to the volatility. And the max factor was just always showing the highest volatility in the riskiest ones. But until I factored for the daily move, until I factored the volatility of the asset into the thing, and now we're getting ones that have better risk adjusted performance, I think. All right, well, let's look at this. This one's kind of slim pickings. Let's see if we can. We don't really, some of the buffers disappearing because of the cost of the call. 307. That's minimum. That meets minimum requirement. So it's more like a 7.5% buffer. But look, the call's a little too close. We could have the call there. If you're bullish, put the call as close as you want. But I want money to take the wife to dinner. I just want. It's only in 17% of the cases this comes into play. The other 67, 57%, or 77% of the time it won't come in. No, the other 83% of the time it won't come into play. And that's fine. 72% chance of profit. All right, that's a decent looking trade. And they have earnings today, so it's a bullish earnings. We'll put a bearish one in there too. Let's see if a bearish one on this high of an IV might. We'll see. Anyway, I hope you that if anyone does that, be careful. Good luck. And I'm not going to do that one. I don't want to risk $2,500. I'm doing well lately. I don't want to drop $2,500 on a one contract position. So, but it could be the greatest one ever. I mean it's not the market's fault that I'm not well capitalized enough, right? But but if I trade like I'm Warren Buffett when I'm not, then I won't be trading anymore. That's the thing. So, all right. Well, let's look at this. This is also for smaller accounts that still want to. I might do something like this if I just felt like gambling, which is a bad idea, and I'm not going to do that. But I'm just saying. But if I just had to, somebody stuck a gun to my head and said, "Make a MongoDB play," I'd say, "Okay, there you have it." Right? What bad could happen to you on that thing? I mean, they could hit earnings and you lose your money. But if they miss for any reason, you're in pretty good shape. So we'll just do that as a bearish shot at earnings. I mean, or for a smaller account. And I guess you could do the reverse, but the reverse just doesn't seem to work out as well. But yeah, you can do that if you're bullish. That's a bullish small account. Okay, that's what we'll do. That's a bullish small account play. And look, you could even do that for a credit and take it right to dinner. That's not the worst trade. So say that I may do something like that. That's not the worst. I mean, that would fit in my risk tolerance. So I could do multiple contracts of that, do 4 of these. So this is a bullish, and it's semi-bullish. It's bullish to neutral. So we're going to call this neutral. It's kind of it's not true to really call that bullish because you just get the credit at the far end. I mean, so neutral to bullish shot at earnings. Oh, and I was going to do one more too. Somebody in our Discord that's very reliable said that APP might be getting listed on the S&P 500. There's a rumor, but anyway, and that's already ripping and might rip more. So let's look at something on APP. I think that's AppLovin. Anyway, but this is a decent, that one's the math's all right on that one for a smaller account. Howdy, Michael, how are you doing? But anyway, so there's two ones for that. Let's look at APP. This one could be, and this is the kind of thing, if you're really thinking, let me show you this. This makes a really good case. And so does GME, meme stocks, and anything with a binary decision coming up that the market's aware of. My risk reversals, in my opinion, make a lot of sense. You're harvesting the put premium, but you're still maintaining exposure to the asset that you really think might be ripping. I'm really trying to get long exposure, but I'm trying to do the right thing at the same time. That's why we say take your wife to dinner. I'm just trying to make the point, or do something that you should do, or that's good to do. Pay a credit card bill, or pay a bill off or something. I mean, if you make $1,000 a week off high yields, and you don't have a life, pay credit card bills off, whatever, you know what I'm saying? But I think the beauty of these things is recycling the assets. And that's the way funds and money managers and stuff do it. And they'll look at Michael Saylor. He's selling out of the money. He's using a convertible arbitrage strategy to get free money to invest in his asset of choice, which is Bitcoin. If I did the same thing, I would get free money and buy risk reversals. I mean, that's my asset of choice. But it doesn't matter what your asset of choice is. Anyway, all right. So what were we going to look at? APP, AppLovin. So, and this is why I think all of you guys are in our Discord, but there's some great information as far as stock picking going, and there's some really good stock bros in there. I always talk about being an option bro. I'm kind of an option bro wannabe, but I'm definitely not a stock bro and don't pretend to be. But stock bros and option bros can be friends and stuff because they can work together. It's like a hound dog and a freaking and a hunter or something, right? I mean, that's the way I look at it. The option guy's the hunter, and the freaking stock guy's the hound dog. All right. But anyway, let's see if we can. It's expensive. Let's see how high this IV is. It's not super liquid. But I'm still going to make the case that these types of trades where you expect a possible binary event that could make it rip even further, this makes a good case. I think I came across the GME. I mean, these trades, I think I invented them first to use on GME, because on stocks that were super high vol, that I want to buy them anyway, because I want exposure to them, but I know I shouldn't. I know that technically it's probably not technically smart, maybe. I mean, that barely meets minimums. It's not super liquid. There you go, 500 on 4,000. I mean, we'll see how it does. If it's just a shot at by the end of the week. It's just a there's probably better ways to play this, but we're going to put a shot at getting listed. But even if they don't get listed, if they're still the rumor that they're going to get listed, maybe they'll keep ripping. But I like these. I like risk reversals for these type plays, because IV is super high because other people are doing it too. Lots of people are just probably buying calls, so calls are too high by themselves. But because of put call parity, the puts are outrageous. Also, this put's trading at 104 IV. You sell a couple of puts and you squirrel away enough money to take your wife to dinner and buy a call. I mean, what's not to like? You're in on the long side. You're in on the short side. Between right now, you have a profit and loss that looks like this, basically like stock with a cap loss. All right. Well, I'm not going to put that one in. You guys don't want to do that one. Anyone that wants to do that one saw me do it and can do it themselves, but I don't want to be responsible for that one going south. On somebody. All right. What else? Is there anything else you guys want to look at? We've checked out the model portfolio. just want to make sure we've checked out everything. Thanks, Lunar. Thank you guys all for being here. I guess I need to work on questions for Jay today. I'm going to be over in Discord. I'll be back. I'll be back later. But anyway, if there's anything we forgot to talk about, we're going to have to catch up in Discord. All right, guys. And as soon as I sign off, there's always a chart or some new technology. I did something else really cool yesterday. I thought that I wanted to show you guys the max factors. And let's look at the max factor. I mean, we should look at the max factor every day. And I think the max factor is actually, it was working this morning. For once. Yeah, high yield TNA. All right, so let's just run it really quick and see who's in it. Hopefully tomorrow or maybe the next day, I'll just have the AI will do this and send me this chart every day also. So I'll be, I don't know, I lost the ability to sort of call them. I mean, oh, no. Oh, there are some bad ones, sort of call them Z-Day. Gosh darn it. Well, I need the AI to figure out why these couple of stocks don't work. All right. Well, we'll look at the max factor later. It's jacked up. So, I'll go look at that wild also. I won't forget about that. Somebody asked about the wild. I'm going to go look at the wild and work on my questions for Jay. I don't know what's going on with the max factor. Max factors, the AI needs to fix the max factor. I'm going to fire the AI unless the AI can get the max factor fixed by the end of the day. I'm going to start being tyrannical boss, but I'm going to be tyrannical to the AI. All right, guys. Hey, I appreciate you guys. You have any suggestions for questions for Jay? I'm going to be working on them today and thinking about them a lot. So hit me up. All right. I'll talk to you later. See ya.